Okay now. That was a big one. That was a very big win. Tar Heels come from behind multiple times and knock off the 23rd ranked Ohio State Buckeyes 89-84 in overtime. It just ended. I'm doing this video so soon after the game ended. The official box score isn't even up on the UNC website. I'm using Safari's stats for this. I don't even really know what my boxes are going to be. I kind of have them pulled up. I kind of don't. I kind of am just like, we got to put something out right now. Like, boom. This is exactly, and I don't mean to sound like Cat Williams, shout out Stephen A. Smith. This is exactly what I've been talking about. This is what we've been wanting to see. This is what we were hoping to see coming back from last year. Wow, we've got 4 returning starters from the national championship game. What will it look like? Well, hopefully it looks like this. Armando just said in his post-game interview, they got punked in the first half, okay? Ohio State came out, boom, bam, pow, in the mouth, in the face, in the chest. Carolina was hurting themselves, right? Turnovers, just entry passes, angles bad to get it into the post. Turnovers, not guarding the 3, missing our own shots. That might be a box, so I'll hold off on that for now, but it gets the bad taste out of our mouths for the 4 overtime loss to Alabama, right? We finally come back and go into overtime against a good team and win, pull out the win. It also just sets the tone for like, yes, you can tell yourself over and over, oh, these early non-conference games don't matter. This is just a TV showcase. Like, as long as you compete and you can learn and grow from this game, that's all that really matters. But one other thing, winning is awesome, and winning cures everything, and winning is just, it mentally and psychologically, they're going to look back, Caleb's going to look back to his threes, and he had some really poor shot selection, but he also made some really clutch threes and made some great drives for passes, and RJ's going to look at this game where he was basically non-existent in the first half and then look at what he did in the last 5 minutes of this game and be like, oh my goodness, I almost won this game for this team. I've kind of just dumped everything I really wanted to say out already. I think I am going to give my first ever blue box today, first ever on this channel, to Armando Bacot. 28 points, 15 rebounds. I actually had it written down as a yellow for him after the first maybe 10 minutes of the first half because he had that one offensive foul. They took him out for a little bit. When we were trying to get him the ball, he was kind of, loose with his touch, losing the ball, turnovers when we were trying to get it to him. All that's out the window because if you give him the ball, he will score. And if we miss a shot, he will oftentimes get the rebound. And that's, awesome for a big man on a basketball team. So blue box for Armando. I had a red box for turnovers, and I'll throw that on there. Why not? Why be a fan on a social media content sharing platform if you're not going to criticize after a game like that? I'll keep it short. Turnovers were a problem, especially in the first half. I actually have a note here. This was straight off the dome into my notepad. And I'll read it for you. A bunch of turnovers and a bunch of missed threes, especially in the first half, but honestly throughout the game. I'm not saying you're going to make every single three, but we were missing some open threes that we were draining against the Citadel. What we talked about last week, there has to be a balance between over 50% from 3 and 21% from 3, and we made some towards the end. So if we could shoot 33%, that'd be ideal. We weren't playing our absolute best, and we were hanging tough with a very good ranked team. Shout out Ohio State, by the way. It seemed like all of their good players were freshmen, so unless they all leave for the NBA this year, they could be really, really good both this year and next year. It was a great game. Honestly, a great game. I thought the refs called it pretty tight, but pretty even on both sides. Okay, we shot twice as many free throws as them, so people would probably say that the refs favored us a little bit. I thought it was just a fun, entertaining game, especially because my team won. But anyways, going back to the point about the turnovers and the missed threes, if you can somehow mitigate the self-inflicted wounds, that'll go a long way to going back to the number 1 overall team and then playing to that full potential again. Sounds easy, but I don't even know. Oh, that box was a red for the turnovers and the poor three-point shooting. Green box for RJ. Could have been a blue, but I just felt like he was a little bit MIA in the first half, but what he did down the stretch, when Caleb had the missed 3 and then a rebound and then another missed 3 and then the scrap for the ball and the smallest guy on the court gets it and puts it up and gets fouled for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Whew! That was towards the end of the second half. That was huge for us. The step back 3 he also made, huge down the stretch. He made the free throws that iced it in overtime. He's a beast. He's awesome. Homecoming back in New York City. Good for him. RJ Davis, Greenbox, thank you for getting us back in that game. I think we're going to give a box. We'll make it our super senior box because Leaky had some fantastic plays down the stretch. Stat sheet won't back me up, but he had one corner three that was ridiculous. I think cut it to 2 late in the second half. And he also just had steals and he pushes the ball and he just knows what to do. He always does the right thing. I could say that every single video if I wanted to. And then following up with that in this same box is Pete Nance, who had an average game, 8 points, 10 rebounds. But more than that, he caught a ball from a floated inbound pass. The inbound pass, down 2 with 1.2 seconds left in the game, I did not think it was a great play. It was Pete not really looking and then just kind of had to catch it, turn, put it up. First of all, big plus that he got it off in time. It was so close. Everyone celebrated and you just could not have written it any better if he had made that, but it wasn't off in time. And then making the shot. I mean, he was definitely taller than the other guy, so there was really no one in his face, but still it's a bit of an off-balance pressure moment. Get it off quick, turn around, fall away jump shot that he made. Had to make it, and he made it. Welcome to the team. Thank you so much for coming here. So super senior box for Leaky and Pete Nance. I'll just give that a green. And then a final box. Caleb was pretty darn good today, all things considered. 22 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. His little drive into the lane and then the shovel to Armando that gets an easy dunk. He did it in Cameron in the classic game for Coach K's last game. And he just does it a lot, and it works every time. If he could do that more often, I think that would get him in the right frame of mind in terms of his shot selection. He had some clutch shots. He also took some shots that were not great. The one where he had a 3 that was a little bit early in the shot clock and pretty deep, but okay. He missed it. I think it either came right back to him or they threw it right back out to him, and he basically had only gone backwards. He was from the C on the CBS Sports logo at midcourt and barely touched rim maybe, or another big miss, and it was dude, that's just not what we needed, relax. And I think you can just see it in his head sometimes that he gets so into the game and so passionate and wants to help so much that his shot selection is still just something to be desired at times. But he's not going to get a yellow. I'll give him a green because he was good. He was good, and he definitely helped us win this game. And at some points, you kind of just got to take him for what it is, right? He makes the shot over Mark Williams last March where, is that a great shot? Maybe, maybe not, but he makes it, and it's one of the greatest shots in Carolina basketball history, right? And it's the same thing here. Were some of those shots good? No. Were some of his decision-making good? No. Did he make clutch shots and clutch passes and was good defensively to keep us in the game and help us win? Yes. So thank you, Caleb. That's kind of your job, and you did it. So green box for Caleb Love. I think that's all the boxes. Thank you guys so much for watching. A huge season-defining game. Yes, I said it. Season-defining game. Overtime win over a ranked opponent. National television. Madison Square Garden. Carolina. Big players showed up when they needed to. The bench did their thing. Coach Davis called timeouts at the right time. Got us in the right spots to force overtime with a good inbounds play call. Coach Roy in attendance, high-fiving the players at the end of the game. Just overall great Carolina vibes. We've got Michigan coming up, I think, on Wednesday. So rolling through the Big Ten here. But just a big win. Love to see it. Hopefully we can carry this momentum forward into the start of ACC play. Come on now, people. Wow, big win. Go. Merch. This isn't actually merch, but let me know if I should make some merch. Maybe. Okay, bye-bye. Go Heels.